I'm standing inside a Camera Obscura, right beside the aperture hole here. So I want to talk a little bit about the aperture size for the Camera Obscura. Now the hole that I've got cut in our window covering here is around 6 to 7 centimeters in diameter, so say 2.5 inches roughly. The bigger the aperture, this is quite a big aperture, the bigger the aperture, the more light, the more color comes into the room, but at the expense of sharpness. Whereas the smaller the aperture, the less light gets in the room, but the sharper the image. Okay, so to test that theory, I'm going to put a 1-inch aperture over the top of this one. So we're going to cut the size of the aperture down to 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters. And straight away, we notice it's a lot darker in here, but it's also a lot sharper. There's a lot more focus in the room. Now, apparently, if you measure out the distance between your window and the facing wall in your room, and you divide that distance by 100, that is the perfect size for the diameter of the aperture for your room's Camera Obscura. Now, speaking of our little window opening there, our aperture, I've added to this very simple Camera Obscura room lens made by a Finnish company called Bonfoton. And what this particular lens does is it sharpens the image and focuses more light into the room. And at €34, it's a really good investment if you're going to be making a Camera Obscura.